How is it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Toy Hunters with Russ. I'm your host, Devney. Today, we're going to be talking about that Predator figure, Fugitive Predator from the newly released the Predator movie. So, this is another NECA figure. I told you as before, if you watched the previous video for the Aliens Ultimate Edition, I said that this new series of videos that I'm going to be releasing on the upcoming days are going to be about NECA figures, mainly just Predator and Aliens. Mostly Predator because that's all I found this week. But anyway, so NECA took on this fella from the newly released movie. So we're going to see, they call it an ultimate action figure. So mainly what that implies is that it comes with extra accessories and heads and whatnot. So we're gonna see if this figure actually stands out to previous releases of Ultimate figures. Okay, so let's crack this guy open. Comes with this door box display, window display right here. Really nice. Product shot right here. Some artwork right there. Some more. Want to read this? Pause it. Okay. Let's crack this guy open. Enough of that. Again, with this. Oh, it's actually a wire tie. Again, I previously mentioned to you, whenever you're opening a NECA figure, you want to be careful because they're very delicate figures. You know, they could be really good looking, but they're very, very sensitive. Yay. Success. The main figure. The accessories, extra pieces. Man, this guy has quite an arsenal. So I'm already dropping off some of the blades over here. Alright. So really quick before we dig into the figure itself. Again, word of advice, be really careful. NECA tends to put too much paint on their figures that sometimes it gets on the joints, and whenever you're playing around with the figure you might actually break it, so be really careful when opening these NECA figures. You know, just a word of advice. So really quick, we want to point out some of the accessories that came with this figure. You know, over here in place. View and pleasure. Jesus. So it came with an extra pair of hands and forearms, extra head, unmasked head, and 2 pairs of wrist blades. So here's the detail for that head. Really amazing. I love all that detail that NECA puts on these figures with the paint and everything. Now look at those eyes. Look at the mouth, like the detail inside the mouth. Then right here on the hair, the dreadlocks or whatever. Ugly alien Whoopi Goldberg. And then it came with 2 like clean arms and forearms, because there was a part in the movie where you know, he got captured, so they strapped him from all his weapons and stuff. And then these wrist blades, they go, let me fix the camera a little bit, they go right here on his gauntlet. Let me see if I can. I heard from other fellow collectors that putting these wrist blades in place is kind of a pain in the butt, but we'll see right now. Yeah. I'm having a bit of trouble. Let me get back to you. Let me put this on and I'll be right back. Holy smokes. So that took me about 5-8 minutes just to put the little blades on his gauntlets. Again, NECA can be really good at sculpting their figures, giving them articulation stuff, but some of their accessories are so brittle, like you're almost afraid to, play around with your figure because you're gonna break it if you put too much stress on it. And these little blades are made out of thin plastic. It feels like a sheet of plastic, one of those that, like, if you fold it, you just break them. So you gotta be really careful. What I did, I just got them inside the little slot that was there, and as soon as I had both of them in line, I kind of like firmly pressed against it right here on the bottom. Because if you like messing around over here and you clip it, you probably just break it off. So you gotta be really careful. Again, I don't think I can stress enough that you have to be really careful with playing around with a NECA figure. They're really cool and all, but you just gotta be really careful. Okay, so here we go. Super nice. There you have it. I don't know if you can appreciate the detail there, but his entire armor is made out of soft plastic. So that's really good because if you're moving around the figure, you gotta be able to not to get limited because of the armor. So that's pretty good. All the detail throughout is pretty nice. I like the paint, the touch-ups all throughout the figure, like for the muscle texture, the skin, all that makes it look very lifelike. Something I can really appreciate. So this figure I found it at Target, very fitting that I will find it on the day of the release of the movie. So I guess you would know that if you actually watch my hunting video of that day. So I've been having it since that movie came out, but I barely got a chance to actually talk about the figure. So with that said, we already checked the detail on the figure. Let's check on the articulation. So the head is on a ball peg. It doesn't have too much motion or room to move because of the hair on the back, but it can look up about that much. Can look down very decently low. Then right here, the plasma caster is on hinges right here. And then right here on the top, it actually can rotate. I don't know if you can see that. So it's really cool. Right there. Arms. Again, you gotta be really careful how you play around with this figure. So there you go. Can't go about that high. I kind of don't want to force it again because might actually break the damn thing. The arms, there's no rotation on the bicep. The elbow is, we have double jointed elbow, so that's okay right there. Like the forearm, we have rotation on the forearm, and then the hands are on ball hinge movement up and down and full rotation depending on the configuration for the pose. The torso is on a ball peg, so we got pretty decent articulation there. And then right here on the hip, it's also on a ball peg. It gives you rotation right there. It kind of lets you move your figure more down, so gives you pretty decent articulation there. The legs, he can kick up about that high. It's that ball hinge or swivel. Yeah, ball hinge. And then the knees are double jointed. Nice articulation on the thigh. We have ankle rocker right here. So got some movement up front and back for the foot. So let's do a little swappage for the head. Okay, one sec. Holy smokes. Give me one sec. Holy smokes, guys. That took quite some work. I was actually afraid I was gonna break it, but I actually managed to get it off. And nothing much is holding it in place, but yet it felt very tight in there. So I'm very paranoid with these figures. And I don't think you should feel paranoid about any figure, but you know, sometimes you just gotta be really careful, especially if you have some like really bad experiences with these figures. So there you go. There we go. So I would totally recommend this figure. The detail all throughout the figure is very nice. I love that reptilian, you know, color scheme throughout the entire figure. Like the color scheme that they gave him is really nice. Really nice touch. And the armor, I really love the fact that it's rubberized material, so it doesn't break away from it doesn't limit you with articulation though, so that's really nice. That I can really appreciate. So if you ever find this figure, which hopefully you do, because after I found it at that Target, I just haven't seen it anywhere else. I think you can get it at some retail stores online, but you know, just keep checking your local Targets, especially for now for the Christmas time. They're giving you like 25% off of certain figures, so that's all I can tell you about that. But I was really lucky enough to actually find this figure, so I'm glad I did. I did find it when I did. So, and I know for the movie they're gonna be releasing the Assassin Predator, which I'm super excited because I really wanted to go along with this guy. And if you haven't watched the movie, well, it's soon to be released on DVD and Blu-ray, so get it and check it out. It's a really good popcorn flick, so just give it a try. You know, support your franchises out there. So that's all I have to say for this figure. Gets a little thumbs up right here from my point of view, so I really recommend it. It's really nice detail. Love the fact that the armor is rubberized material, so it doesn't limit you whenever you're moving around with the figure. So that's a plus for me. And for an ultimate figure, I don't think it needs that much, because it actually, if you watch the movie, you can understand why he's so limited on all the accessories. He really didn't have that much to go with. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. Hopefully you get to watch my next videos and stay tuned for those. And if you really like what you saw today, just give me that thumbs up. You know, help my channel get noticed out there with older people. And share with your friends if you haven't, or if you could, you know, subscribe also as well. And well, thank you so much for your entire time. And if you can go back and look at my previous work, I really appreciate that too. With that said, I'm gonna punch out because it's getting kind of late for me over here in the beautiful windy city of Chicago. I am your host, Dibney. You were watching Toy Hunters R Us. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Peace.